New details unfolding in the Idaho murder case. A forensic team that looked at Bryan Kohberger's phone says that the killer searched in a, quote, panic on his phone after police identified the make and model of his car. Those searches included phrases like wiretap and psychopath's paranoid. The data showing he was even shopping for a new car. Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Joshua Ritter joins me now. Joshua, sounds to me like someone who thought he could outsmart the police, but absolutely panicked when he realized he didn't. Your thoughts?
I think you're absolutely right. We got to think about the tremendous steps that he took to evade capture. I mean, remember, this is a person where they found no DNA in his vehicle linking him to the crime. They had found no DNA in his apartment linking him to the crime. And the only piece of DNA, now it was a hugely crucial piece of DNA, was that touch transfer DNA found on the knife sheath. So he really went above and beyond to try to cover his tracks. And now he's monitoring the case closely. And when he realizes that the walls may be closing in on him and they have a suspect vehicle, he goes into panic mode. So I think it does give us some insights into what he was thinking and the paranoia he was still operating under in those days following the murders.
Here's more from the team that analyzed his phone. Listen.
So literally the pressure of, oh, look, they're really talking about my car, caused within 15 minutes of behavior, him trying to clean it and get rid of it, which again, like just not normal. You know, if you weren't the bad guy, you wouldn't care, but he was scrambling and he thought the police were on him, and they were at that point.
Joshua, you have worked in this field for years. You understand the mind of a criminal better than anyone else. I want to ask my first question and take it a step further now. Do you think that he thought that because of that criminology degree that he was in the process of getting, that he could outsmart everyone and get away with it? Sort of the overconfidence of somebody who's so narcissistic and sort of delusional.
I do think that somehow he had some obsession with the idea that he knew better. He was an expert on this, and he felt like he could get away with it. It's interesting. We think about how he started to search for how to, repair his vehicle, perhaps sell it within moments of realizing that the suspect vehicle had been identified. And it makes me think about that information that we knew he was searching for a knife and sheath within days of the murders to replace those items that he had left behind or either disposed of. You could tell that he put a lot of planning into this and tried to cover it up. But as things start to fall apart, he goes into this paranoia, this panic mode, trying to cover his tracks.
Yeah, this is not Gone Girl like in the movies where, she completely covered her tracks perfectly. He was not a good criminal, and obviously he's a horrible individual as well. Quickly, before we let you go, hearing set for Thursday of this week after the judge in this case halted the release of more case records. This, of course, following Idaho police releasing some photos of Kohberger's car and some photos of the crime scene. At the end of the day, what do you think the court's ultimately going to do? Because I know at least one family doesn't want these pictures and more evidence released.
I think the court is going to have to show some discretion. We've had a flood of evidence. It's remarkable how much crime scene photos and documents we've had released since the time of his sentencing. And the families are saying, let's take a beat here, please. Let's have some privacy. We've been through so much. And I think the judge might agree with some of that, at least when it comes to the photographs inside of that home showing where the children lived before their lives were taken from them.
At this point, we know enough. The First Amendment is going to be okay if we stop learning more about this case at this point. At least the families need that kind of closure to move on with their life in the best way that they can. Joshua Ritter, thank you for your time.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.